Some other stories where the convener for the Fix the Country movement, Vormawor, who is currently facing trial over comments he made to stage a coup if the E-Levy is passed, has responded to comments made by the Borno Regional Chairman of the NPP, Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC, that he was a presidential staffer and the former President John Dramani Mahama. Dennis Webdam will join me with details of that statement and give us an account of how far the case has traveled, give us some background as well. Dennis is with our news planning department to join us and break the statement down for us. Dennis has joined me in the studio. Let's go to Dennis for more on this. Dennis, we're grateful. Thank you for joining us. So first of all, give us some background to where we've gotten to now.
So we know already that the Borno Regional Chairman of the NPP currently has been charged with publication of false news and offensive conduct conducive to a breach of the peace. So what we are getting now indicates that as at the time he was invited by the police for making some comments about the former president, in his statement he had made some comments about the convener of the Fix the Country, who is Oliver Barker. In that statement, we are told that he had alleged that Oliver was a presidential staffer under John Mahama, and that he received some salary of 20,000 Ghana cedis monthly. So that came up in that particular statement. So that was brought to Oliver's attention, and he, who is also in detention now, he's in custody following a charge of treason felony. He, from detention, has responded to some of these allegations, and we have the press statement in our hand right now.
In the statement, Oliver indicates some long-standing issues or accusations that Abronye DC has leveled against him, which hitherto were not responded to. What necessitated this response? Well,
so like I said earlier, now this has become more like an official complaint, because when the Abronye DC was invited by the CID, in his statement, he had made some of these comments. And now it appears that Oliver is also officially responding to these things. Now he says that he has also furnished the Ghana Police Service with a list of all the presidential staffers who served under John Mahama, under the previous administration.
Which his name is not included in the list.
He says that his name is not included, and that the police service would even confirm that his name is not in that list. He's also urged the media to also do their checks at the at the Parliament House, check the parliamentary records to see that whether or not his name is in there. Now he goes on to give a clarification to some of those things. He says that he only worked as a civil servant at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where he was a staff in there. But as was the practice then, you usually have some ministries have liaison officers at the presidency. So he was only seconded at the presidency as just one of the staff from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And that then he only discharged his duties purely as a civil servant. He also makes the case that then he was taking his net salary between 800 and 1,000 Ghana cedis, and not the 20,000 cedis.
Abronye was alleging that he was taking.
So those are some of the clarifications that he's making in this particular statement.
That being said, he sort of mentioned that the civil service, the name of the civil service was being degraded. What does it say exactly in the statement?
Well, so what he's simply saying is that, the civil service, in his view, has been allowed to be manipulated by people who are into politics or politicians who wield so much power. And he thinks that if it's left unchecked, it will get to a point where we would not want the civil service anymore. So those are some of the things that he's making. First off, he has never served under President John Mahama as a presidential staffer. He has not received 20,000 Ghana cedis as salary.
His net was between 800
and 1,000. He even resigned 2 years after that, was in 2015, to work with the United Nations. And that the allegations leveled against him are not true.
Dennis, thank you. We're grateful for your time with us on the Bulletin.